Hey guys, welcome to Game Back. Today we're going to be discussing the Battlefield 2042 delay and why it's actually really good news for not only Battlefield as well as being a first-person shooter fan. So yesterday, if you weren't aware, Battlefield did announce, in line with the rumors that we heard earlier that day, that the game itself would be getting a delay. And DICE came out and Battlefield Twitter posted this saying that they've made the decision to delay the game only by 1 month, so it will now be, instead of October 22nd, will be released on November 19th. And if you're early access player with the Ultimate Edition, you'll be able to get access on November 12th. They also mentioned that the beta dates will be re-announced later on this month. So most likely we're looking at the beta to be delayed until early to mid-October, most likely mid-October at this point. And what they mentioned here on this post is that building a next-generation Battlefield during a global pandemic has created unforeseen challenges for our development teams. Given the scale and the scope of the game, we had hoped to be back in the office together as we move forward towards launch. With the ongoing conditions not allowing for that to happen safely, and with all the hard work the team has done, we feel that the 1 month delay, essentially is what they're saying, is 1 month delay will benefit the game and allow us to deliver the vision of Battlefield 2042 for their players. So your enthusiasm for the game has been very inspiring. We believe in the game we are making, and we thank you for your patience as we put some of the finishing touches on this experience. Now, speaking from an IT standpoint, I'm somebody that works in the IT industry, and I can tell you most likely this game is completed. However, they're ironing out very final minutia details at this point. Perhaps it's something with the crossplay, maybe minor bug fixes they want to get going. Those things that you would see with those day one patches, I'm assuming they're probably getting those things ironed out before the game actually goes live. That way the team has less to do after the game launches and can minimize the bugs, which is what a few of the developers came out on social media and basically reiterated that, saying that that final push to release the final product, this giving the development team just those 4 extra weeks to go ahead and finish up the game, put the final touches on it, will allow them to do that with 4 extra weeks. So if we're looking at agile method of project management, which is most likely what's going on here. So project management, you work with agile, at least you work in 2-week sprints. So 2-week iterations are called sprints. So this gives them 2 extra sprints, which will most likely be just ironing out any last minute bugs, doing large scale testing, and fixing anything very minor before the game launches, as well as to maybe allow them to rework some of the HUD elements, minor things like that. It's not like the game is in some dire need of more delays and that there's development that isn't finished. The game is done, and it probably has been done at this point for quite a while. They're just ironing out some issues to make the launch go as smoothly as possible, because if you're not a Battlefield fan or haven't played Battlefield games, Battlefield has this reputation of having really rough launches. So I'm sure with this and the performance of Battlefield 5, how that did, they want to make sure this is basically a flawless or a perfect launch for Battlefield 2042. So that's good news in my opinion. This game I'm really excited for, just because I haven't really been excited like this for a Battlefield game probably since Battlefield 3. Battlefield 4 definitely was exciting, but to come back to a modern Battlefield after so long, I don't really care. I don't care how long it takes them to finish this game and develop it and push it through. It could be delayed till next year for all I care at this point. As long as it's the final version of the game that the development team and the studio is happy with, I'm more than willing to wait long enough. I've waited basically since 2013 at this point, from Battlefield 4 to now, for another modern Battlefield. So I can wait. I can wait as long as it takes to finish it up. Now, another reason this is good news for being a first-person shooter fan is there's a lot of other games that are coming out right now. Really, we've been stuck with Call of Duty and Warzone for about almost 2 years now, going on just about. Modern Warfare going on 2 years, and Warzone over 1.5 years at this point. So we do have a lot of games coming out here, and right now the Hell Let Loose beta is actually going on consoles. I believe it's only for next-gen consoles. Maybe I'm wrong. It could be for PS4 and those consoles as well. However, the Hell Let Loose beta is an open beta right now, and that game actually releases on October 5th. So if you're not familiar with Hell Let Loose, this is one of those World War II games that came out, I believe it was back in 2018 in early access. And this is one of those gritty, think of Squad, but in World War II. It's a very realistic, gritty shooter for the World War II era. And again, this is one of those things, one bullet and you're dead. It's a hardcore shooter, and it's one of those games where when you're in combat, you feel like you're in combat and it means something instead of just running around, running and gunning. When you're in combat, Hell Let Loose, and I played a little bit of the beta so far, you're very tense in combat because it means something. You know, one bullet, you're done. And again, you have to look at position. You can't make stupid decisions. You need to be smart. So that game is going to be a lot of fun. Again, that releases on consoles on October 5th, and that's only for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. So that's a lot of fun. It's also been out on PC as well, but the console release coming up here on October 5th. Now the other one is Insurgency Sandstorm. So this is another one of those PC games that released back in 2018, and now it's making its console debut here on September 29th. Will be coming to all consoles at this point, with texture packs available for the next-gen consoles being PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, and they'll also have a next-gen version of the game coming out sometime in 2022. So Insurgency Sandstorm, again, is a hardcore tactical shooter. That game, again, is going to be very difficult, and when you're in combat, it's going to mean something. So those are games that I think finally we're getting tactical shooters on console, which is going to be a lot of fun. Insurgency Sandstorm, I love that game on PC, and I'm going to love it on console. It's going to be a lot of fun just trying to get used to the controller on that game. But again, Hell Let Loose, I've never played before until just recently with the beta, and that's going to be a fun one as well, which I'm definitely going to probably pick up and definitely grind this beta right now while I can to take advantage of it. Now, on the other side of things, with the Battlefield 2042 delay till November 19th means that it will come out after the launch of Call of Duty Vanguard. In my opinion, this is a good thing because I think Battlefield 2042 is going to be the better game. Now, it may not sell more, but it will be the better game of the two. And if Vanguard comes out, and no matter what, it's going to have some issues, and regardless, I think at this point, everyone's mainly looking forward to Warzone integrations, and the Warzone integration for Cold War went so horrendously that they're still working almost a year later at this point. They're working on fixing those weapons that they introduced way back in the end of November or early December of 2020. So the fact that they're still fixing those now does not give me any confidence whatsoever that that integration is going to go smoothly. It's going to be another nightmare disaster that I just simply don't want to play through. And I think a lot of people are fed up with that game at this point. They're marketing with an anti-cheat, just a lot of things that kind of rub me the wrong way, especially going away from the modern shooter, which I obviously built my channel on Modern Warfare, and I'm a fan of modern tactical shooters. So there's just a lot of options here outside of Call of Duty. Call of Duty's been the only option specifically for console players for almost 2 years at this point. We really haven't had any other FPS game, specifically the modern genre, that has come out since, and definitely no tactical shooters. Now that we have Insurgency Sandstorm, we have Hell Let Loose coming up. Both those games, 2042, will launch shortly after Call of Duty Vanguard, and then we have Halo Infinite, which is going to be coming out also here. And then down the road here in 2022, it seems like World War III is getting its PC relaunch. And there's also been a lot of rumors that World War III is getting its PC relaunch, and World War III is also rumored to be coming to next-gen consoles at some point too, which would be huge for console gamers and tactical shooters alike. So we actually have a lot of options coming up, and the fact that Battlefield is delayed only gives us more time to enjoy Sandstorm and Hell Let Loose, and then you'll obviously be able to get your hands on Call of Duty, play the campaign, and then get ready to play Battlefield 2042. And if you're looking for Halo, you'll have that, and then 2022 should also be a pretty good year, hopefully with World War III making its way to consoles at some point after that relaunch on PC. So let me know down below what you guys think. I think this, like I said, this is really good news. I'd rather the Battlefield development team take their time to create the best version of the game that they want. And again, working from home is not easy. I've been doing it since the start of the pandemic, especially when you're in the IT industry. It can be very difficult to focus. And again, the collaboration is just very hard to do when you're all remote and have to work on via telecommunication, whether it's Skype or Teams or anything like that. It's definitely not the same as being in the office, and the fact that they're able to produce this game from working at home alone is a huge win. And honestly, 4 extra weeks, if that's what they need, they can take that time, and I think it's only going to make the game better, and it's going to make the player base happier when we have a finished product of the game and we have less bugs to deal with on launch day. Because regardless, this is going to be a hugely popular game, and I think the server stress level on the server is going to be tested on that first few days. So the longer they can take server infrastructure, work out the bugs, it's a big win. Give us more time to enjoy some of these other titles before we end up grinding the heck out of Battlefield 2042. So let me know down below what you guys think. Again, this is Buckner Gaming with the Battlefield 2042 delay and why it's actually really good news for a Battlefield fan and just tactical shooter fans in general. Let me know what you guys think down below. Till next time, Buckner Gaming.